All right, guys. The first assignment for this week was one-step inequalities. Now we're going to talk about two steps. Guys, two steps is one step done twice. And so don't get too hung up on it. But I said I was going to grade the other one. I will grade either one of these that you want to do. Just tell me which one, write it up here, grade me, whatever. I'm not worried about anybody because everybody was passing at the end of the fourth quarter, and you guys know the drill on how they're doing grades. The marking period 6 can only help you, cannot hurt you. So therefore, just stay cool here, guys. We're almost done. It'll be summertime. Hopefully, we'll all be able to get out and play basketball or whatever we want to do. I tried shooting some baskets the other day, and I realized that you got to train your muscles to be able to do that. And I wasn't hitting very many. And so I'm going to have to do some practicing this spring or this summer and see what we can do. All right, let's go forth and prosper here. One thing that we've got here is we've got p minus 2 divided by 14 is less than or equal to minus 1. Well, I don't like fractions. I don't think y'all like fractions. So let's multiply both sides by 14. This one times 14, this one times 14, and we get p minus 2 is equal to minus 14. Okay? That's a 14, minus 14. So all we have to do is add our plus 2 here. This is the second step. Plus 2 here. And we get p is less than or equal to negative 12. Now, I'm not asking you to graph these because all you do is you'd have a graph looks like this. Negative 12 would be at some point, and we would put a dot there, and p would be everything less than or equal to, and we would just draw our line back that way. But we did that on the one step, and quite honestly, I'm just leaving that part out as we go. So if we come over here and we start, well, we want to get our x's and our numbers on opposite sides. So we're going to add 3 to each side. And we end up with negative 112 is equal to 7 times x. Not equal, I'm sorry, is less than 7 times 6. Now let's just draw it over here. Negative 112 is less than 7x. So if we divide both sides by 7, and we take 112, if I can put it in here right, 112 divided by 7, that's equal to 16. So if we divide this by 7, we end up with negative 16 is less than or equal to x. And if you want to put it in the proper order, x would be greater than negative 16. That means that on the line you would find negative 16 and put a circle around it, and everything to the right of it would be the equivalent here. Okay? Hey, guys, I'm not trying to break anybody's brain here, so if you feel like this is stuff that we've gone over before, it really is. And, that's kind of how I wanted to end up the year anyway. So we come here and we subtract 4 from each side, and we end up with negative 54 is greater than 3n. We divide by 3, okay, because those two went away. Now those two go away. And 54 divided by 3 is, I believe, 18. Yes. So we end up with negative 54, or negative 18, is greater than, is greater than n. And if you wanted to put it in the correct structure, you would have an n is less than negative 18. All right? In each case, the answer, the variable comes first. Number 4 is just like what we did up here. We're going to multiply. Well, first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to move this negative 4 over here. So we're going to have a plus 4 and a plus 4. And we end up with negative 1 is less than p over 16. We multiply both sides by 16 to get rid of our fraction here. You could do this the other way around if you wanted to. And we end up with negative 16 is less than p. I wish they just used x, but that's how it goes. And if we wanted to put it in proper order, we would put p is greater than negative 16. And I'm going to leave the last 4 for y'all, but they're pretty much the same. You've always got the option of either multiplying first or moving your variable first, or the constant first. I like going with the constant first, because what it does is then when I do my multiplication, I'm done. What you're going to run into in the last 2 is you've got something that's distributed. Well, let me give you a clue on this one. This is 3 times negative 3 times this, okay? So if we multiply negative 3, okay, times, or divide by negative 3, divide both sides by negative 3, divide that by negative 3. Well, 0 divided by 3 is still 0, and you end up with 0 is less than a minus 8. You don't have to do the distribution. You can divide away the distribution, okay? And I'm not giving away the store here, but when you add 8 to 0, you end up with with 8 is less than or equal to, or is greater than a. So anyway, give it a shot, guys. If you need any help, I'm going to put a banner up again that gives my my cell phone number and my email. I know some of you figured out the system early on and haven't been doing anything, and that's just part of what life is about. When you figure out that, hey, I passed the first fourth marking period, and they tell me that's the worst I can do, and if I'm happy with that, I stick with it. That's one of those things in life that you have to make a decision about as to whether you want to put forth effort and try to raise it, or whatever you want to do. But that's a personal decision. So I have sent emails out to parents and haven't really gotten any answers. They may have figured out the system too. So, guys, I just really, from the bottom of my heart, want to tell you that we've had some fun this year. We've had a couple of conflicts. Y'all have seen me get mad. Y'all have seen me, in a really happy mood. Some days I came in and I was probably a little, down on myself about some things. But you guys always pulled me up, and I appreciate it. So I will be communicating with you next week, and then school's pretty much out. So y'all have a great week, and thank you very much.